So how do we go about thinking theologically? Webster defines theology as the study of God and his relationship to the world. Well, that's pretty darn broad. There are many types of flavors of theology, or lenses, if you will. Biblical theology, historical theology, systematic theology, philosophical, process, feminist, liberational, natural, dogmatic. When we're thinking about God and faith, we're doing theology. So what about a theology of childhood? What would that look like? In Welcoming Children, A Practical Theology of Childhood by Joyce Mercer, she provides a wonderful braid of material from religious education, child development, and practical theology. She offers inspiration and guidance for those wanting to include our children more fully in our faith communities. Mercer challenges approaches to education and liturgical practices with children in congregations that segregate children from the rest of the church and its key practices of service, mission, worship, care, and learning. She reframes ministry with children as process through which the church, as a community of practice, forms children into an alternative identity that resists surrounding consumer culture and walks in the ways of Jesus. Her book offers strategies for educational practices with children in congregations as it seeks to address the question, what might educational practices that welcome children and contribute to their flourishing look like in the context of a faith community where children's learning happens in collaboration with experienced practitioners of faith? So using a theological lens, congregations can begin to discuss those issues regarding faith formation. Do children come to worship with the adults for the whole service or just part of it? Do we have a children's church or a prayer ground in our sanctuary? She offers for congregations wanting to engage in dialogue on these important topics a theology of childhood. She outlines a feminist practical theology of childhood which explores and declares 5 basic theological claims. 1, children are gifts, and parenting is a religious practice of stewardship. 2, welcoming those who welcome and care for the child. 3, children are already fully human. 4, children are part of the purpose of God. And 5, acknowledging and transforming the suffering of children. With those 5 focuses, what does this discussion at a Christian education committee or faith formation team meeting sound like? After the details of curriculum and teacher schedules and supplies, what other topics are inspired when using a theology of childhood? How to support parents? How do we include children in all aspects of church life, including worship? Outreach ministries that help children, advocacy for children globally.